Well, hello and welcome to another Rix Top 6. Now that Disney's Hollywood Studios is complete, I can finally give you my top 6 rides there. Now, if someone would just sing that intro for me.
Rix Top 6, party time, excellent!
Before we begin, we publish theme park videos on this channel all the time. So click that subscribe button and that bell notification button so you'll know when another video is ready for you to view. All right, let's get this thing started with the 6th best ride at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and that would be Smugglers Run. Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run is a motion simulator ride. It is based on the Star Wars films created by George Lucas. For this park, Hollywood Studios, it was opened on August 29th, 2019. This is a 6-passenger motion simulator themed to the Millennium Falcon, which is just a stunning visual when you're in the park and you see it parked there in Galaxy's Edge. In this ride, there are 2 pilots, 2 gunners, and 2 engineers that go on an interactive smuggling mission. There is a single rider's line for this attraction. However, if you go through the single rider's line, it is most likely you will be chosen to be an engineer. And in my opinion, this is a much better experience when you get to be the pilot or the gunner, because that just makes it funner. And by the way, when I was typing up my notes, MS Word did not like me using the word funner. But I think you know by now I like to rhyme, hence the whole purpose of Rix Top 6. Basically, you can think of Smugglers Run as a souped-up version of Star Tours. But unlike Star Tours, with this ride you get to have some control over the outcome, depending on how well your group does with their piloting, gunning, and engineering duties. And plus, you just get to be in the Millennium Falcon, which is just plain awesome, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. Moving on to item number 5 on today's countdown, and that would be Toy Story Mania. Now, it took me a while to warm up to this ride. Before I even went on this ride, I kind of considered it a kiddie ride, but let me tell you, I was wrong about that. This ride is a lot of fun for little kids and big kids like me. Toy Story Mania is a dark ride and a first-person shooter ride utilizing 3D effects, so you must wear 3D goggles to enjoy this ride. You basically go through this ride shooting at objects on the screen to earn points. There are 6 different sections to this ride with different types of targets and different types of quote-unquote ammo to use. Like one section would be a ring toss, while a different section would be maybe a baseball throw or a pie toss. So there is a variety of different sections of the ride as you rack up your points. The ride duration of Toy Story Mania is about 5 to 6 minutes, and the ride vehicle seats 4, but really it's 2 and 2, back to back. So you are really only sitting next to one person. And that really is what makes this ride a lot of fun. It's the competition between you and the person sitting next to you. And since my wife Nikki is not here, I think it's safe to say I'm undefeated against her. Coming in at number 4 on today's countdown of best rides at Disney's Hollywood Studios is going to be Slinky Dog Dash. Finally, a roller coaster on this list, albeit a family coaster, but still. Slinky Dog Dash is a launch roller coaster located within the Toy Story Land area of Disney's Hollywood Studios, and it opened on June 30th, 2018. It has 2 launches. The first launch is very near the start of the ride, and there's a second launch about midway through the ride. It has a top speed of 40 miles per hour. See, I told you this was more of a family coaster. The ride duration is about 2 minutes. Look here guys, I like all types of roller coasters. Now this one, Slinky Dog Dash, may not be the fastest, it may not be the most thrilling, but it is a lot of fun, and there's nothing wrong with having fun. The first launch of this coaster is a lot of fun because it leads directly into this curvy drop. Then it loops around Jessie and Rex, which is a lot of fun. And I just realized as I was putting together this video, the loopy part is appropriate as it kind of mimics the swinging of a lasso. a lasso, say like Jesse would have. So that makes a lot of sense. First time I really realized that right now. And then of course we have that hump section of the track, which of course plays off the idea that you're in a Slinky type of toy. And I challenge anyone who rides this roller coaster and goes over those humps not to have the song My Humps by the Black Eyed Peas rolling around in their head. I know it happens to me all the time. Congratulations guys, you've now made it to the top half of the list. Coming in at number 3 on today's list is going to be Rockin' Roller Coaster, starring Aerosmith. Rockin' Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith is an indoor launch roller coaster at Disney's Hollywood Studios. So much to love about this ride. The top speed is 57 miles per hour. So actually, you go 0 to 57 in 2.8 seconds at the start of this ride. And you'll feel a G-force effect of about 5.0 Gs. And it has a great queue. While you're inside of G-Force Records, you get to see a pre-show with Aerosmith. This helps to build the storyline of getting backstage passes for their concert and needing a super stretch limo to get us there fast. I think the best part of this queue for me is that once we leave the Aerosmith studio, we enter a back alley, and from there we get to see the ride vehicles launch at the start. So you get to see a little preview of what's going to happen to you, and that's a lot of fun. There's a lot of great music on this ride. It has an awesome ride vehicle, which is based on a 1962 Cadillac. This ride has a couple of rare qualities you don't find at many Disney attractions. First of all, there is a single rider line, and I am a fan of single rider lines. And secondly, guys, this ride has 3 inversions, 2 loops, and a corkscrew. I can't think of any other Disney ride in Florida that's going to take you upside down once, much less 3 times. So for that reason, we've placed this Rockin' Roller Coaster up here at number 3 on the list. Welcome to the number 2 spot on today's countdown. Time for a little controversy, wouldn't you say? The second best ride at Disney's Hollywood Studios is Rise of the Resistance. Yikes, those who have been on this ride know how great it is, and they may be questioning my sanity right now for only having this number 2 on the list. But that's okay. If you think it should be number 1, tell me about it in the comment section below. And if you're a big Star Wars fan, then for sure this will be your number 1 ride at Disney's Hollywood Studios. In fact, Star Wars fans, they may like this ride better than they like the movie sequels. I'm glaring at you, Rian Johnson. The whole Rise of the Resistance experience is super immersive. Actually, I would say this is the most immersive ride experience I have ever had at any theme park. This ride is a combination trackless dark ride, walkthrough, motion simulator, and drop ride system attraction that puts you into the middle of an altercation between the Resistance and the First Order. Holy cow! Saying that description out loud, I'm starting to question my own sanity at having this at only number 2. The music on this ride is of course by John Williams, so that's totally awesome. It has a long ride duration. The ride duration for Rise of the Resistance is about 18 minutes, and it is stacked with tons and tons of animatronics. It is so visually pleasing to the eye, I can barely describe it to you guys. There is a ton of stuff to love about this attraction, Rise of the Resistance, but I think my favorite part of this ride would be near the very end, that little drop sequence. That is totally a lot of fun. The only negative thing I can say about this attraction is that it is very hard to get on. It's hard to get a boarding pass for this ride. Even if you get to the park first thing as soon as it opens, still hard to get on it. So that's really the only negative I can speak of to this ride. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for, the number 1 best ride at Disney's Hollywood Studios is Tower of Terror. If you're new to this channel, you may be surprised that I rank TOT above Rise of the Resistance, But you OG viewers know I consider Tower of Terror to be the very best ride in all of Disney World. So for you guys, no surprise. Opened over 25 years ago in 1994 and themed to the Twilight Zone, Tower of Terror is a drop tower dark ride that will thrill you every time you're on it. The Tower of Terror is 199 feet tall. Why isn't it 200 feet? Why did they stop at 199? Well, that's due to restrictions due to codes. If the attraction was 200 feet tall, Disney would be required to put those red lights at the top of it as a warning for airplanes. So in order to keep their theming exactly how they wanted it, they stopped the building at 199 feet. This drop tower will thrill you with a random series of launches and drops. Now here's the thing when it comes to the drops. This ride pulls you down at 39 miles per hour, which is actually faster than gravity pulls you down, so you do get a lot of airtime on this ride. Now when it launches up, you're going to have a G-force effect of 1.3 Gs. One thing I really enjoy about Tower of Terror is the randomness of the drop sequences. You don't know what you're going to get with this ride anytime you get on it. You really can't anticipate those launches and those drops because it's chosen randomly by a computer. So when you don't know what you're going to get, you can't anticipate those shoot ups and those falls. That is what makes it a lot of fun to be on. Great theming, great thrills, and unexpected ride sequences that are going to surprise you. Therefore, it should be no surprise that I rank Tower of Terror as the best ride at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Well, congratulations guys, you made it to the end of another video. What did you think of today's top 6? Let me know in the comment section below. If you're a Star Wars fan and you think Rise of the Resistance should have been number 1, I have 2 words for you. No disintegrations. And with that being said, guys, don't miss the magic, don't miss the fun. Thanks for watching Rix Flix, and now it's time to relax.